The following is a Hallis Beer Hall production.
Big time players make big time plays.
Welcome to Hallis Beer Hall. Today is January 4th, 2026, not 2025. The Washington Commanders did it. They beat the Eagles, secured the number 2 seed. Shout out Jake Moody, Dan Quinn, Josh Johnson. He's on his 54th NFL team. He finally got his win. He finally scored a touchdown, secured that number 2 seed for the Bears. Bears unfortunately did lose the Lions in an absolute shitter of a first half, absolute stinker, no fucking points, down 16-0 heading into the fourth quarter. We did score 16, put up a good fight at the end there, and then an intentional grounding and some big bill penalties might have cost us down the stretch. Bears lose 19-16. Lions, nice, cute little fucking first down celebration. Have fun doing it in Cancun, like Aaron said. We're so in their head. You could tell they didn't want Caleb to throw for 4K. They're little bitches. And over to you, Connor. Do you think they're little bitches too?
Yes. And dude, Bears Twitter is wild, and also friends from group chats that are calling for we should have played Tyson Badgett today, and we should have done all this shit. I'm like, dude, we have a QB who just passed the all-time passing yards record for the Chicago Bears. Like, why are we going to sit him on the bench? We need to win to get the 2 seed, or the Eagles need to lose, which they did. So it worked out, but you got to play your starting QB. You got to get him the reps. It's his second year. I don't know what these people are talking about. Anyone that's thinking that way, you're a fucking retard. Just want to shout that out real quick. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that was like the game sucked. It was incredibly boring. The first 3 quarters was like watching a Lions practice, so that was not very exciting to be a part of. But at least we made it out with no injuries. Caleb got his franchise record for single season passing yards. Luther and Colston looked pretty good, I thought. So that's exciting. The rookies continuing to execute and make some big plays. Kind of had some passes with drops again. That kind of sucked. But whatever. Fuck it. It's Packers week. We're moving on into the playoffs. Here we go. Fuck the Lions. Fuck Detroit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Caleb was 20 for 33, and he still went over 200 yards. So, I mean, yeah, I guess he was having a rough game, kind of, at least the whole offense was. I mean, anytime I was looking at the TV, it was just defense was on the field constantly. And it looked like, it almost looked like the defense just didn't want to tackle anybody, like right off the rip. It was so open all the time. I honestly am surprised they weren't as tired as they probably were, but I don't know, from my standpoint, it wasn't, like you guys said, it wasn't a fun game to watch, but I mean, Connor, you made a point, like maybe it's a wake-up call, like get your shit together. You're going into playoffs, and you're against, I mean, now they know that they're against the Packers, but
Yeah, I mean, we sucked the first 3 quarters of the game, but the fourth quarter, Caleb got those yards and some touchdowns, and that's great. We got to definitely execute in the beginning of the game, and especially if we want to do a run in the playoffs and beat the Packers. Our defense just kind of sucks ass, but they keep getting takeaways, and that's been our season all year. So
I don't know what it is. The last 2 games, the defense have just been getting eaten alive, dude. Although today, even though the defense was on the field the whole time, they did only score 16 points. So I don't know if it's like, was it that bad?
Well, they scored 19 because they kept shooting themselves in the foot. But go ahead, Juice. My bad.
Yeah, totally. No, it's that bend don't break defense where it's too high and then underneath. Connor and I were talking during the game about Dennis Allen. It's like, all right, let's switch to man. We switched to man, and Jalen Johnson gets fucking burned by Isaac Tesla and Khalif Raymond, which I'm so happy the Commanders won because Isaac Tesla and Khalif Raymond are significantly worse than Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua and George Kittle and Ricky Pearsall. I didn't want to play the Rams 49ers. That would have been an issue. I don't like our secondary against those teams. Against the Packers, they have Matthew Golden. Are you guys worried about Matthew Golden? I'm not. I'm not worried about him. He's fucking bust. He's a good old bust. Williams more receiving touchdowns than Matthew Golden right now. I'm okay with that. I don't love our defense. Like, I feel like we're just running like a 5-yard cushion every fucking play. And then in the red zone, it's like, all right, just hold on to that 5-yard cushion, which is totally fine. But then if you run that 5-yard cushion, somebody's got to pick up the running back, and TJ Edwards or Tremaine Edmonds, I don't think they can guard Jahmyr Gibbs in space, and hence that's why I scored a touchdown. I think you got to put a spy on him. I think CJ Gardner-Johnson needs to not guard receivers anymore. He could be a linebacker. He's or outside backer or a nickel. I don't think he's fast enough to cover these receivers. I think you got to put him in like an outside linebacker role, guard tight end, and then blitz off the edge as well. He did go down though. It didn't look good. He was getting carried. He looks like he didn't know where he was. But other than that, I don't know. I think we did okay, to be completely honest, with our defense. We did the best we could. Like, we did hold them to 3 every single time. We got the stops when we needed to, except at the end of the game. It was the right call for Big Bill to jump off sides at the end of the game. In like the second or third quarter, it was not the right call to jump off sides. But that's the Big Bill experience. That you never know what you're going to get with Big Bill.
That's fair.
Connor, over to you.
So I was going to ask, yeah, you wanted to do not really game balls, but who do you think was the best offensive player, best defensive player? Do we do best and then worst?
Yeah, we could do one best.
Yeah.
One best, one worst.
I'm trying not to be negative, but that loss was bad, so we got to at least throw a little bit of shade. So
it was a terrible 49 minutes of football from the Bears team. Like, every Bears fan's going to agree with that. It was an absolutely terrible first 3 quarters. But after that, we turned up a little bit. But all right, Connor, you got your game fall and game ball, or?
Yeah.
Nice.
So Nashawn Wright, if he's not getting an interception, he just kind of sucks ass. Yeah, he was missing tackles, and I mean, it was just he was letting. I mean, it was just bad. He's missing tackles. He didn't get an interception. He didn't get a fumble recovery, or a forced fumble or anything. I mean, I don't even know how many tackles did he have. Like 2.
He had 5.
6.
5 and 1 assist.
Oh, he had 5. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. That's
easy
all right,
to get
but
tackles when you get burned every fucking play. That's pretty easy tackles. They're 15 yards down the field. That's not included in the stats, but
yeah. And then I'll give a shout out as a good defensive player. Montez Sweat got a sack with Jarrett. So yeah. And then we do an offensive, or you guys want to all do defensive?
I mean,
we could start off with the
All right,
defense
I'll
because
just
that was
give up.
definitely the weakness.
yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, you got a defense?
All right, Jude.
Defensive or
You go,
Aaron?
Juice. You go, Juice. You go, Juice.
All right, mine's not going to be Joy Troyon Shoyinka this week. Unfortunately, he was not he was not active today, so that was unfortunate. You know who did get a sack is Big 9-7 up the middle. I don't know how he got credit with it. I think it was on that Montgomery pass back to Jared Goff. That shit was kind of a stupid fucking play. Way to get cute, Dan Campbell. That kind of bit you in the ass. We're the cute team, not you. Ben Johnson, way more handsome. Other than that, I think Big Bill, obviously Grady Jarrett got that half sack. I kind of agree with Connor there. But the Bears defense, like, we are an old fucking defense, bro. I was just looking up how old our defense is. But outside of Austin Booker, Grady Jarrett's 32 years old. Big Bill's 33 years old. TJ Edwards is 29. Kevin Byard's 32. We just need to get younger on the defensive side of the ball. It's a bunch of it's the UNC convention on defense, and they're just not able to guard these fucking 4-4 receivers from Ohio State or anywhere. Like, we can't guard these guys. We're too old, and that's, I think, why we're running the zone and we're trying to blitz. But we just gotta get younger on defense. And Fonte tweeted during the game, we should just spend all of our picks on defensive players, and I'm totally okay with that. We got to get younger on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, I love Big Bill. He takes up 2 guys to block, but then that frees up Jervon Dexter, and it frees up Austin Booker, and it frees up Chris Williams. Do you guys know who the fuck Chris Williams is? He played like 30 snaps today. Number 91, Chris Williams is who's in there. He's not going to be good against the Pack's offensive line, against the Rams, Seahawks offensive line. These are good offensive lines that we're going to play in the playoffs. We can't have fucking Chris Williams going up the middle here. We need a D tackle so bad. I don't know if it's the draft. I don't know if it's a trade, but that's something we definitely have to address. We're too old on defense. We got to get younger. Defensive game ball, Big Bill. Over to you, Aaron.
For my game ball, I'm gonna go Jaquan Brisker. He had a couple of pass deflections. He had the tip that led to the interception, so that was sick. Yeah, Juice just did it on the camera, but he does this little celebration. I'm not really sure what it means, but I do it every time that he does it, so that's kind of fun to play along. It's pretty engaging. So yeah, he gets my game ball. If I'm gonna go with a game fall, Austin Booker, I just didn't really see much of him today. I think he had one pass deflection, but would just love to see a jump out of him. Like, he just looks so athletic and so big and so long. I would just love to see him take that next step and just like have a multi-sack game. Maybe it's coming in the playoffs. That'd be sweet. So I'm gonna give him a game fall to maybe motivate him.
He only had 3
Hank,
assists,
you.
so like he did help out a little bit, but yeah, he wasn't like key. I think game ball would probably be Tremaine Edmonds, just because he had the most tackles in the game. To be fair, I don't know if he like really did all that much, but from a defensive standpoint, he's a key player in our defense. So him stepping up with 7 tackles and 1 assist, at least in the open field, I would consider that pretty good. So now I guess game fall. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a rough one, but
Richard Hightower, Hank.
I mean,
One
sure.
in doubt, it's Richard Hightower.
Richard Hightower, Cairo Santos didn't have a field goal or anything, so he didn't kick at all. I don't know. That's kind of
Bitch.
a low point.
Actually, I'm okay with that. He can, as long as if we're not kicking and we still almost win, that's fine.
Okay.
Cairo didn't attempt a field goal. That's actually good. All right, first 3-quarter notes. I have CJ Gardner-Johnson can't guard shit. Big Bill sucks. Tremaine Edmonds can't tackle without giving up an additional 5 yards. For someone that looks so intimidating, it's Chicago. Chicago is fucking ran over for an additional 5 yards every single time, whether it's Gibbs or Montgomery. You are yoked. You are a huge dude. Stop tackling backwards and wrapping him up and giving him an extra 5 yards. There's certain schemes where Dennis Allen had him it was like a outside zone to the right, and it's Tremaine Edmonds' guy, and he wraps up Gibbs, and Gibbs carries him for 6 more yards. That cannot happen. Josh Jacobs is going to do the exact same shit. TJ Edwards sucked. He's old. Nashawn Wright, like Connor said, he also sucks. It's either a pick or he's giving up 40 yards, and it's always 40 yards. I wanted to re-sign him, but not anymore. Go get another cornerback. Brisker, half sucks. Not full sucks, half sucks. Jalen Johnson sucks. That's supposed to be our number 1 cornerback, and he's going to have to step up in the playoffs and really guard these guys. I don't want to see Tyreek Stevenson out there, but Jalen Johnson is getting his ass kicked every fucking play. They ran the same slant across the middle. It's mesh in Madden. It's 2 crossers and a post right up the middle, and Jalen Johnson still can't guard it. They ran it 4 times against him, and he's just getting routed up. He's getting out of his fucking cleats. He can't guard Isaac Tesla. That is not going to work in the playoffs. You're going to have to guard receivers, especially if you're the guy begging for all that money. We paid you, and now you're still not our number 1 cornerback. Chris Williams, not even a real fucking guy. Whose fault is this on the defense? Is it Dennis Allen? No, it's not. All these guys are fucking Matt Eberflus guys. Game fall, Matt Eberflus, fucking bitch. Cowboys already said they're getting rid of him. These are all Eberflus guys. The only Dennis Allen guy is CJ Gardner-Johnson, who they brought in, and and Nashawn Wright. And Nashawn Wright leads the league in turnovers, and CJ Gardner-Johnson has been playing his absolute balls off as long as he's not in coverage. So this is Matt Eberflus's fault. I can't wait till Dennis Allen gets some of these guys in, watches some draft prep, brings in his own guys. For his schemes, these blitzes are going to be awesome. Obviously, Kyler Gordon coming back. We really, really fucking need him. Not against Matthew Golden, because Matthew Golden's a bitch, and we don't really have to guard him. Hal Spearhall could clamp Matthew Golden. If we can't guard Khalif Raymond, it's going to be a long playoffs for us, boys. And then my game fall, finally, Caleb. You can't wear Ben Johnson's green and gold jersey walking in. There's got to be an away jersey. That's not the Packers fucking colors. If there's a white one, maybe that's okay. But you can't wear a Packers jersey walking into Soldier Field as the quarterback of the Chicago Bears. I know it's not a Packers jersey. I know it's fucking AC Reynolds or whatever that shit is. But I'm just saying he didn't play well when he wore that. So Get that out of here. Cute little tradition. Maybe throw that on in the locker room after the game, before the game. Gay shit. Don't ever want to see green and yellow. It's like Simone Biles' curse last year where she wore that shit. And it was Jonathan Owens' number. Nobody fucking cares about Jonathan Owens, but they did see green and gold on our sidelines, and that is bad vibes. So, Caleb, don't wear that jersey ever again. Burn that shit. Auction it. Give it to charity. Give it to Ash Cash. Also, this is Ash Cash's fault. Another game fall. Ash Cash. Since she joined our fucking team, we lost the last 2 weeks. She's all over the internet. Her mother should not be proud of her. Her father should not be proud of her. These are inappropriate images all over the internet. Ash Cash, curse the fucking Bears. Get rid of her. I'll see what I can do this week. Go Bears. Over to you, Connor.
All right. If we're gonna give some props to some people, shout out to Cole Kmet, because that motherfucker got a clutch first down and then caught the 2-point conversion and got rocked. And
Yeah, I saw that one.
that was sick. He held on to the ball and tied the game or whatever. So that was huge. And offensive player who sucked, I don't know. Fucking
Darnell Wright.
yeah, we were getting kind of whopped on the offensive line, so maybe one of them. But yeah. All right, over to you, Aaron.
Yeah, I think Cole Kmet's a great one, especially because like he's not getting as much play with Colston kind of becoming more of a thing. So the fact that like he does take advantage of opportunities and is like a clutch safety blanket is awesome. So shout out him. I think Luther Burden. I'm just gonna go Luther Burden. Like even when he had that 1-6 spin where he like made something out of nothing, he's just kind of a yards after touch machine. So really into what he's doing. I think like it wasn't obviously a huge game for him, but when he did have the ball in his hands, he was dangerous. He had that one drop, which he's got to clean up, but that's fine. Game fall, yeah, I don't. Just the entire offense, the first 3 quarters. What the fuck were we doing? Just kind of boring. Not really any juice. So they all get the game fall. Came back a little bit, but it just, I don't know. It like we just didn't look dangerous at all. I did like that the 4th downs where we went for it. So I like those play calls. I like the 2-point conversion play calls. The second one, Caleb kind of had to do some crazy shit and figure it out, but and then the Cole Kmet catch, but yeah, that's all I got. Hank.
I think Caleb was trying to do too much today. So not saying like I guess I'm gonna go game fall first. It maybe it was like in his head too much about getting like the 270 and just like throwing pass game, but I mean, granted, the drop passes never help, but again, like to me, it's like it hits you in the hands, you gotta catch it, but also there maybe be some other factors there. But anyways, I just felt like he was doing too much. Maybe he was getting in his own head. He is still young. It just the last 2 games might be weird for him. He might not be feeling the vibe, and it seemed like, you know, at least when I was watching the first couple quarters, so like first, second, third, we just couldn't get a groove going at all. It's just constantly like, you know, 3 and outs. You know, might hit 1 or 2 passes, a good run here and there, but then it wasn't like nothing strung together at all. So, I mean, even with adjustments going into the third, it seemed rough. But I guess overall, like game ball, I like Colson Loveland getting 91 yards with 10 receptions. You know, you're averaging 9.1 yards. That's pretty damn good for a tight end receiver. So,
Hell yeah. Yep, great pick.
You know what's better than that? DJ Moore, 4 targets, 1 catch, 7 yards.
yeah, that's tough.
What the fuck is that
Yeah.
about? He
hurt himself in a route.
That interception, he could have deflected the interception in the end zone. Stupid fucking ball from Caleb. You have all the momentum. I think he had Durham Smythe across the middle for 15 yards. Caleb doesn't need to force that. Caleb definitely looked a little out of sorts today, Hank. I agree with you. Just a little discombobulated. It looks like when he's drifting backwards, I feel like that's kind of our whole offense. Like every quarterback ever, I would be like, why is he drifting backwards towards the sidelines and throwing it. He actually overthrew Colston Loveland, which was insane today. I think Johnny Walker had a great game today, too. 2 catches, 30 yards. He did have a drop, but I think this kid's really legit. Game fall, he didn't do a celebration, so that kind of pissed me off. That might have been why we lost as well. All the important facts, he hit us with a new celebration. Can't do that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Monongai really didn't get going today. My game fall is definitely the offensive line. Darnell Wright, probably the worst game he's had this entire year, man. Gave up a sack. Obviously, it's Hutchinson, and he's a beast, but that can't happen. I don't think we have the push. Is Ozzie really that better of a left tackle than Theo? I mean, Ozzie was out today, so I feel like with Theo, we were averaging like 2 yards a carry, but with Ozzie, we were averaging close to 4, close to 5. So I'm not quite sure. I think the offensive line needs to get a lot better. Clean up their mistakes today. What did it say? 42 pre-snap penalties. Most in the NFL this season, 42 this season, pre-snap penalties.
We have the most penalty yardage against us. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, we got to clean that up. Another game ball. Daniel Hardy, our special teamer, our like 5th string D tackle, came in at fullback for a play. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was kind of fun. He's no Doug Kramer, but that'll work. I think our offensive line, defensive line, games are won in the trenches, and we didn't win the trenches today. Hence why we didn't win the game. Connor.
All right, vibe change. We are the number 2 seed in the NFC. We are going to play the Packers at home at Soldiers Field for game 1 of the playoffs. We are going to fuck them up. They suck. Jordan Love is at. LaFleur looks like a bitch. I mean, we are just going to go in and take care of business at home. I think the Bears have a giant chip on their shoulder. Dennis Allen, do something. Defense, yeah, I know, blah, 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 but I think they turn it around. They hate the Packers. Everyone hates the Packers. So it'll be a fucking dogfight, and hopefully we just take a massive lead and stun on them and just tell them to fuck off.
Move on. So here's our 2 wins of the year. Get the fuck out of our house.
Honestly, this Packers game is our Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
this is it.
The last one felt like our Super Bowl. This one is our actual Super Bowl.
like we're ahead of schedule. We're ahead of schedule. First year coach, second year QB who's on his like 5th coach of everything. We're ahead of schedule. We're 11-6, the 2nd seed in the NFC. We fix our defense next year. Look fucking out. We could still make a run in the playoffs. Fate is a crazy motherfucker. I mean, the right teams lose and we end up with fucking beating the Packers and moving on, and we play fucking Seattle or something. I don't know. I mean, I could see Sam Darnold just choking his ass off, but I think the 49ers and the Rams are tougher opponents down the stretch. But
the 49ers sucked today, didn't they? They got, or yesterday.
They sucked against Seattle, but I just
Seattle's
think
good,
Kyle Shanahan and McCaffrey and against our defense, I think that's a lot harder than a really good defense with Sam Darnold as their QB. So
that's fair. You know what's interesting? I don't know if it's taken into consideration, at least like I guess outside looking in at like teams with like coaching staffs, how often like those like matchups matter, you know? So it's like you could be like, oh, the Seahawks are 14-3 or whatever it is, or but it's like, have they faced a different coaching staff that knows how to counter their coaching staff and their players? I just wonder how often that's just like totally washed off to the wayside and it's just focusing on players type deal. Because yeah, at the end of the day, the players are the ones that make the play, but it's the coaches that are coaching the players into the position and getting those play calls off, right? So
I was too high for that fucking explanation right there.
it's fair.
Hank, I get what you're saying.
I will say the Seahawks are a team that won 1 game this year with 6 field goals. So if we can just hold them to that.
All we have to do is guard the NFL's leading receiver, Jackson Smith, Jackson Smith, and then Rashid Shaheed. That's all we have to do is guard those guys. And I don't trust Nashawn Wright to do that. And I don't trust Jalen Johnson to do that. I'm really worried about the Seahawks. They got 2 tight ends, CJ Gardner-Johnson maybe. But hey, kind of what you're saying is like, I get what you're saying is, have they faced a team that's different, like from their division? I think the way that the Seahawks play is Jackson Smith had the most catches this year, but they were all, I think he's averaging like 4 yards a catch, if I'm not mistaken, or like might be like 5, which is our bend don't break defense, which falls right into our coaching strategy. So it's like, yeah, they're 14-3, but if they keep throwing these underneath passes and then kick field goals, and you give the Bears the ball and we score a touchdown every other drive, not a math guy. I think we're gonna win that game. Yeah. So I think that'll be fun. I think the Seahawks, like, Sam Darnold's not going far in the playoffs. Like, you guys are the ones. It's Sam Darnold. Like, you guys want to have the Justin Fields conversation, we can. But like, Sam Darnold's kind of the same shit, even though he's white and ginger and won games, and Justin Fields black and lost games. But is that a guy you trust in the playoffs? That's not a guy I trust in the playoffs. I don't trust Sam Darnold. Brock Purdy went to the Super Bowl. Connor, I kind of like what you said is like, if Christian McCaffrey's going against us, they were missing. They had Ricky Pearsall against us, but I feel like they were missing someone against us. Kittle, maybe?
It was Kittle.
Kittle, yeah. They're missing Kittle against us. So, yeah, Kittle's going to get run over CJ Gardner-Johnson in coverage or TJ Edwards. Kittle's going to truck them. Tremaine Edmonds is going to tackle him and then 10 yards somehow from the first point of contact. So, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting strategy. Going back to the Connor's point, if we're playing the Packers this week, we're going to blow their doors off. Surely the Packers didn't lose to 9 today, right? By 13 points. They definitely didn't lose to 9. Oh, they did. They did, actually. 16-3. The Vikings finished 9-8. If the Packers didn't tie the Cowboys, they tied Eberflus. Like, that should be a loss in itself. A tie to Eberflus should actually count as 2 losses. They would both be 9-8. The Vikings and the Pack would have the same record. So, by my math, J.J. McCarthy is just as good as Jordan Love.
Holy shit.
I think that tweet that we saw is the NFL expanded to 7 teams in each division of the playoffs. If you got rid of the 7th seed in the NFC, Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love would have missed the playoffs the last 4 years. The Pack are consistently the 7th seed. They're not elite, and they're not trash. They're the Chicago Bulls of the NFL.
I was thinking it as soon as you said that. They're the 7th seed every year. I was like, oh, they're the Chicago Bulls. All right, cool. Yep. Good shit. No, well, Aaron, what you think about all this? What you think about this vibe change?
No, I think what a successful season, right? Like, we're an 11-6 football team, number 2 seed in the NFC. We're taking the Packers on at home. We can't ask for anything better. And like, the Seahawks, to your guys' point, like, they're kind of a weird team. They win in weird ways. There's totally a scenario where they just lose, and we could have home field advantage all the way to the NFC Championship. So, I very, very excited. All the positive vibes. I'm very pumped to take on the Packers. I think they're our best chance to win. I think it's one of those games, though, where because it is like a fucking rivalry game, Bears-Packers is going to be fucking weird. Like, nothing on paper matters. Like, it's going to be, I think it just came out that we're only minus 1.5 point favorites. But that's all out the window. It doesn't matter. Like, this is just it's going to be, I don't like the cliche who wants it the most, but it's really going to be like, who the fuck is coming out to take this fucking game? And like, you can't ask for any more motivation for the players. Like, this is it. So let's fucking go. Bear down. Fuck the Packers.
Rome's got to be back next week, right?
I'm sick of seeing that big ass afro on the fucking sidelines, man.
He's fine. He's jumping and shit.
He's hyping up the crowd. I get you want to stay healthy for next week, but god damn, man, fucking play. And you know when he comes back, he's gonna have some drops, and people are gonna say, "Oh, he's rusty." Well, I feel he could have played He could have played a series today. He could have played 2 series today. Just get him out there in game reps. I don't like game reps being like, "Okay, go play against Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine and these Packers safeties." I don't like his first reps being since what, the last 6-7 weeks. I don't. It's not a 6-7 joke. It's gay, but. That's not gay. That's a bad word. But I don't want Rome out there if he's not fresh. If he's not fresh, put Jade Walker out there. Also, game ball, Olamide Zaccheaus. He had no targets, which means he had no drops today. Olamide Zaccheaus, game ball, fucker. Besides that, I think we're good against the Pack. Like Aaron said, we're the fucking 2 seed in the NFC. Before the year, I told Meredith, if you told me that Week 18 wouldn't be our last game, that would be out. Meredith's my girlfriend. If you told me before the season that Week 18 would not be our last game, do you know how fucking pumped we would be, boys? Do you know how fired up we would be? I know we were joking around with our predictions. Connor had us winning 27 games this year, but I had us like 10-7. I feel like that was pretty realistic. Ben Johnson, it's his first year. Caleb Williams, it's his second year. We have no defense, and we're the 2 seed in the NFC and in the NFC. That is absolutely crazy. We have come so far, but now that we are here, before the year we said it was a success to get to the playoffs. A huge success, and now that we're in the playoffs, I'm getting a little pissed off, and I fucking want to beat the Pack. And like you guys said, it's our Super Bowl. I will be there. It's either going to be a really fun 8 months or a really shit 8 months. It all depends on this game. So if we beat the Pack and lose the next round, I feel like it wouldn't hurt as much just because you got to beat the fucking Pack. The Pack cannot end your season. I'm scared of Malik Willis. Hopefully they throw Jordan Love out there and he throws a couple fucking picks. And yeah, Matthew Golden still sucks. Back to you, Hank.
That'd be great for drama for the Packers if they put Malik Willis out there over Jordan Love. Oh man, that'd be all over the news.
Well, that means that if we win and Seattle wins, we could play Seattle in Seattle. No, because aren't they the first seed?
Are you talking about in the second round? If we win in the first round, we would not play Seattle. Seattle would get the winner of the 4-5 matchup.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So in the second round, we're
we got a good
second round. We're playing
good line.
Eagles or Niners. Once we beat the Pack, we play the Eagles or 49ers. And then the Seahawks are going to play the winner of Rams Panthers, which means Rams are going to play the Seahawks in Seattle. And they lost on that bullshit 2-point conversion in primetime where they threw it off fucking Charbonnet's helmet, but it was a backwards pass and it was a fumble, and then they recovered it. That crazy game that went to OT like a week or two ago, and the Seahawks somehow pulled that shit off. Rams are going to get their get back in Seattle. Rams are going to beat them. And then after we beat the Eagles or 49ers, it'll be Chicago against the Rams. We'll get a home game, another home game, and then another home game. And then we'll be in San Francisco,
that's
boys.
Crazy. Wait, wasn't it the Rams that came in '85, or was that the Chargers?
No clue. I was not alive.
No clue.
Could call my dad.
Oh God, I have to look up that stat. Cause it was the Fog Bowl, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
No clue.
I thought the Fog Bowl was Eagles Bears.
Oh yeah, that was Eagles Bears. I'm sorry. But I'm thinking playoffs. I swear to God, like it was for the conference championship. I swear it was the Rams. And it was like we just dogged the fuck out of them because they were coming over from Cali.
I want that so bad, dude. I definitely want to play the Rams in Chicago. Stafford, he's not living in Detroit anymore. He doesn't have to get out the mud. Even though Ford Field was a dome too. SoFi's a dome. Come play in Chicago again in January in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was.
What's temperature outside right now, Hank?
Conference champions, dude. It was Los Angeles Rams against the '85 Bears, and we fucking
Hank knows ball.
Crushed them. Because you can't.
Wait, Los Angeles Rams weren't a team in 1985, Hank.
They were.
They moved to St. Louis and then back.
Yeah, they were in Los Angeles. They went to St. Louis. Now they're
back. They went to St. Louis. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know ball. Yeah, give Stafford. Let him come to Chicago. Feels like it's 19 degrees right now. You've been playing in a dome, little guy. Okay, like he went on that podcast, or his wife did, and said that she hooked up with the backup quarterback when he was the starter at Georgia. Caleb doesn't do that. Caleb just hangs out with Ash Cash, the best of the best. So bring Stafford to Chicago in the cold. He's going to panic. His girlfriend's going to cry. Hook up with Caleb Williams after the game, and the Bears are going to beat the Rams in Chicago.
This could be This could be really weird. But like, I like the lineup that Juice has for us getting there. But on the other side of that, like, we could go to the Super Bowl and be against the New England Patriots, and that's just a rematch of the '85, straight up. That's fucking wild.
Yep.
And we'll beat them again.
I think this is a crazy take, but it'd be sick if the Bears played the Jacksonville Jaguars in the Super Bowl. But
the Jags
it'll probably be
which is terrifying.
It'll probably be the Patriots though, because
Have a reason for Jags Bears, Connor, or just like cool vibes? They have
I
a
just
pool
think
in
that would
their
be cool.
fucking stadium.
Trevor Lawrence versus Caleb. I don't know. I think that'd be sick. But I know the Patriots Bears would be more hyped probably. But I
guys
I
sleeping on
hate
the
Boston,
Broncos?
dude.
Broncos
I
are
mean, Bo
legit, man.
Nix.
Sean Payton might rip a bong with his son's
Yeah,
friends before the game. You never know. Naperville guy, by the way, Sean Payton.
yeah. Bo Nix, I know, but he pulls out of his ass too. Pause. So every game is just like it's kind of like Caleb. So if those two played, that would be a hell of a fucking fourth quarter. Tell you that shit. But
Do you think the Broncos have kind of an easy schedule? Like they're gonna face either the Texans or the Steelers or the Ravens, and none of those teams are really scary. And then they'll take on whoever comes out of the bottom bit, which I don't even think Jacksonville gets by Buffalo. I don't know. Once like Josh Allen in playoffs, who the fuck knows what happens? But
yeah,
yeah, crazy.
it's
I'm a
good,
huge
dude. The
Liam
playoffs
Cohn.
are about to be wild.
Yeah, I'm a huge Duval guy, but yeah, Aaron, like you said, if they're playing Buffalo, not a chance. The Atlanta Falcons just fired their coach, Raheem Morris, by the way,
Oh shit.
which is hilarious because they went 8-9. The Buccaneers went 8-9, and the Panthers went 8-9. I think I brought this up a couple pods ago. I think you get rid of divisions, automatically get in. Division leaders, I don't think you get in. Like Aaron just said, Broncos have to play the Raiders and the Chiefs. Like, what a tough conference. That's 2 wins this year. I know they had Mahomes, but Chris Oladukin is absolute trash. The NFC South is getting way too much representation. Like an 8-9 team is over the playoffs, over the Vikings, and I hate the Vikings and I hate the Packers, but they're both going to go 9-8 and they're not going to make the playoffs. And then the NFC South winner, who it's the Panthers, is 8-9, and they're in the playoffs, and they get a home playoff game. I think the system's
wild,
kind of
man.
flawed. I know it's been like this forever, but I would like to see a little switch there. I would just like to see the top 7 teams get in. Not a play-in game because I don't want to watch any more Chicago Bulls, but something like that in the NFL. Get rid of it. I think you go back to the top 7 teams record-wise. And I love the divisions. I still think you play the whole schedule, everything the same, but the top 7 teams record-wise should get in.
I like that.
I mean, it's a debate for sure. I mean, hey, the Broncos being against the Chiefs and the Chargers were supposed to be way better this year. They had a bunch of injuries. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, so it's not like their schedule was easy at the beginning of the season. They just had crazy shit happen, and then the AFC South, or no, the NFC South is just kind of always ass. But maybe they'll be. I don't know. It's a debate for sure, but I like divisions.
I mean, yeah, I like the divisions, but it's just, like you saying, you got teams who have decent records and they just don't get into the playoff. But
No, I get it, but then what? But then if another division's good, then I'd have to watch the fucking the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the fucking Jets all be in the playoffs when the best team in our division, which could be my team, doesn't make it or whatever. I know it's different.
yeah, I
It's
guess you're right.
AFC and
I guess that would
like,
make division games not as like conflicting or not as important.
yeah. And it's fun to watch teams try to like knock each other out of the playoffs because they have a rivalry at the end of the season and shit. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's if it lines up that way. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get the other side too. You want to see the 7 best teams play. You know what they need to figure out is the fucking college football playoffs because that shit is a fucking joke.
Can thank our
Ohio State trash,
lovely president
Georgia trash.
for that. The what is it, Kevin Warren? Isn't it his fault?
That what?
I just say that it's structured is so stupid. Everyone says the Big Ten's the best conference in football. It's like, yeah, you guys fucking play Minnesota. Aaron, I love you, but Purdue's not a hard road game. In the SEC, your hardest road game is like either Kentucky, not biased at all there, or like Mississippi State or Florida. Like, I think the way that the SEC beats each other up the entire fucking season, and then when playoff time comes around, they're tired and they're beat up and they're injured and Ohio State played fucking Rutgers, Purdue, Minnesota, Iowa. Like, those are their hard games. They have one hard game a year against Indiana or Penn State or Oregon. So I think that's why the Big Ten. I definitely think I'm an SEC guy. Like, obviously, I'll put my bias out there, but I just think the SEC is like so much harder to play. Your players, it's the most talent. There's a reason the SEC has the most players drafted in the NFL every single year. I think the Big Ten like is gonna just continue to win championships because they don't play anybody all year. It's like, yeah, no shit. Like, fucking Texas plays Ohio State.
I mean,
That's one non-conference game, but the non-conference games of the Big Ten. Indiana played Old Dominion this year. They played their non-conference is absolutely crazy. The non-conference in the SEC is good teams. It's ACC teams. It's Big 12 teams. It's not these fucking shitters. Yeah, there's a couple in there where it's Kentucky played like Tennessee Chattanooga or some shit, but I just think the SEC beats up on each other all year, so the Big Ten's just going to keep winning championships, and guys are just going to go keep playing in the Big Ten. And then I think the portal's fucked too. Kentucky just lost our quarterback to ASU, but I think we're going to sign the ASU quarterback. Is there just trades going on in college football now? Is that how that shit's working? It's the NFL. You got to have contracts. There's got to be a commissioner. We've been preaching all of this shit. I don't know. I think bowl games are fucking stupid too. I think you get rid of bowl games. I think you get rid of conferences in college football. Maybe just let me cook. Maybe in like Hank. Maybe in like June or July. We should do a juice fixes the entire college football episode,
I like
and
that.
I'll just cook in everything. So I'll mark that down. But who do you guys think is going to win the national championship? Do you think it's going to be Ole Miss? Do you think it's going to be Miami? Do you think it's going to be Oregon?
I think it's going to be Oregon.
Indiana.
Yeah, Oregon.
Over Indiana?
Indiana would be nuts to see him win, but I think Oregon wins.
Aaron's a fan of Indiana.
Fuck like. Indiana. Fuck IU. It's going to be Oregon for sure.
And I'm not even a Ducks fan. I'm a Beavers guy, but you know, I think they're good. So.
Love that. I'm a horny Carson Beck fan. Snapchats he sends. I'm a huge fan of the girls. That's how you should talk to women. I don't know. Miami Ole Miss is fun. I like Ole Miss. I kind of want Ole Miss to win just to say fuck you to Lane Kiffin. Like, cool, you're not our coach anymore. You could have won a fucking championship and you left. Like, this was your probably your best chance to win a championship. And the Ole Miss backup coach, I liked his interview. They asked him, Pete Golding. They said they were bringing in people for the head coach, and he said all these people they were bringing in. I was like, what the fuck? So he just stepped up and said, I'll do it. And the whole team revolved around him, revolted. I don't know, supported him. And that's why I think Ole Miss, like they have a real shot. I know Miami's favored. I don't know how Miami's favored is a 10 seed. It's hilarious because everyone said Miami shouldn't be in the college football playoff, but now that they're in, they're kind of wreaking some havoc. The Bears need a couple guys from this line. Ruben Bain, end of the first round. Go get him, man. Oregon, Indiana is going to be a great game too. I know Hank's probably a fan of Oregon. That's his college team because Dan Campbell Jr. is the coach of Oregon. Dan Lanning goes for it every fucking play. No field goals. Like, I think he faked like 2 punts so far in the playoff.
Nice.
Like that's fantastic. Yeah, that's your guy. Hank's definitely rooting for Oregon. I don't know. I think it's Indiana. I think it's a shoo-in. I just think Indiana's that much better. Mendoza's kind of a dork. If you're the Raiders, would you guys draft Mendoza out of Indiana or would you draft Dante Moore first overall? I kind of think whoever wins this game, if Oregon wins, you draft the Oregon quarterback. If Indiana wins, I think you draft the Indiana quarterback. That's my kind of philosophy. Or ask Tom Brady come out of retirement or make this decision. Otherwise, the Raiders just in free fall. They're absolutely fucked.
I think the Raiders go for Mendoza because that just seems like a Raiders pick. And
I can't see him getting distracted in Las Vegas. Like, there's no way that guy's going to go to the casinos or the clubs. So I think that's the right move.
He's going to open a Mexican restaurant and serve the community of Las Vegas and hand out turkeys with Marshawn Lynch in the Las Vegas neighborhood around Thanksgiving. That's what Fernando Mendoza does. I love how he speaks a little bit of Spanish. He's such a dork, but I'm kind of buying into it. He's such a good guy. And then Dante Moore, I think, is a beast too for Oregon. Another question. Do you guys think the Giants go quarterback or do you think Jackson Dart's the guy looking into the draft?
I like Jackson Dart. I think that they should stick with him, give him a shot. I think he's kind of dynamic. I've been watching Hard Knocks. I like how kind of douchey he is, and it's like authentically himself. He's not trying to be hard. He just is a douchebag. So shout out him. I think he played pretty well. I mean, he was beating the shit out of us until we took him out. So I say stick with him.
Yep. I mean, I say stick with it too, but it's the Giants. They'll probably draft a fucking QB, and then Jackson Dart will go somewhere and be a fucking beast. So I could see that. He's basically what they were comparing him to. Oh, Jesus, I'm about to get fried. Fucking what's his name from the '85 Bears?
McMahon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Goddamn. I need to stop smoking before these fucking podcasts, dude.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, that's a good point. Jackson Dart was absolutely frying us. We probably should have lost the Giants, but the Iceman did it again. Jets. If you're Dante Moore and you're the Oregon quarterback, just go back to college. Like, don't go to the Jets, man. Why would you go to the Jets? That's
I wouldn't wanna
terrible.
be a quarterback
Right now
for
in
the
the
Jets at all, dude.
Jets, no interceptions.
hell
No
no.
interceptions this season. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That's a crazy
Yeah, that's
stat.
crazy.
You think they miss Ahmad Gardner, nicknamed Sauce, even though the Colts traded for him and that panned out well. That's what happens when you put Irsay's daughter in charge of the team. Good call there. Right now, Bears mock draft. They have us getting D lineman Caden McDonald, 6'3", 330 out of Ohio State, 25th overall. Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. I told you I want Ruben Bain, but he's supposed to go 4th overall right now. Other than that, this draft is pretty deep in D tackles, man. It's deep in D tackles, it's deep in D ends, but I don't see ends. I know Austin Booker was your game fall today, Aaron, but I think he really is going to step up next year, man. What did he miss the first 4 games this year on IR? Like it took him some getting used to. He had some huge games in there too, man. This year he had a 3-sack game. He had I think a 10 tackle game. I think he's going to be a great DN. You just got to clog someone up the middle, and that's when you go get a Jeffrey Simmons from Tennessee. I cannot say that enough. You go get a D tackle. Crosby or Garrett would be sweet, but they can't play D. I mean, they can play D tackle, but it probably wouldn't look good. Just go get a big hoss D tackle, a young dude who just wants to prove something. Go get a dude from the Titans. Go get a dude from the Jets. I hate Jerry Jones, but I love what he did. Traded Micah and then going to get Quinnen Williams from the Jets. Go get a dude from a poverty franchise that just wants to win games. Get someone that could be a part of a scheme that wants to win games. It doesn't even have to be a guy that you pay a shitload to. It doesn't have to be a fucking Dayo Odeyingbo and Joe Tryon-Shoyinka who's made huge impacts for us so far. Great move, Poles. But a D tackle would be fucking huge. Go get a D tackle in the draft. There's one from Ohio State. There's a couple of guys from Alabama, LT Overton. I really want him. He's mock draft to us right now. There's this dude from Oregon who's 6'3", 340, Amari Washington. He's supposed to go he's early 2nd round. Go get him. We need a D tackle to stop the run. And then I think D tackle, like I said, the games are won in the trenches. D line is more important than our secondary right now. I think we'll worry about the secondary later next year. Like
We need pressure.
DJ Gardner-Johnson. Yeah, exactly. Like Connor was saying today, like blitz, and then we would blitz, and then just nobody would get home. So it's like just get a guy who could get home here. That's pretty much all I want. We could worry about Kyler Gordon. Hopefully he's healthy next year. Jalen Johnson, maybe he looks like a fucking good corner next year, but right now he doesn't. I don't know. I'm still not out on Tyreek Stevenson. I know he's been bad and had his infamous moments, but I still think he could be a great coverage corner. I would like to see CJ Gardner-Johnson off the field in 3rd and longs and kind of put Tyreek Stevenson out there just so he could clamp some guys because CJ Gardner-Johnson can't guard receivers. I think that could be an adjustment we could make. But you got to address the D-line in the offseason, especially in the draft. I think we draft D-line. I think we just draft D-line, go linebacker, corner, just get younger on the team. Remember Zoff Frazier out of UTSA, the dude who ran like a 4.3? We drafted him in the 5th, 6th round this year. He was out for like mental reasons. Maybe he comes back next year, and maybe he's a beast. Who knows? So that's the only pick Poles didn't hit on. He didn't play this whole year. He stepped away from the team. I hope everything's okay with him, but maybe he's all right. But you got to fix this D-line, man. I'm so tired of this D-line. I love Big Bill, but even he's tired of the D-line. Tired and of the D-line as well.
Well, he's also tired because he's overweight. But
Correct.
Yeah.
Wants to be a pilot.
What do you think? You think we did it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, fucking. This is
Another
House
episode of
Beer
House
Hall.
Beer Hall. Munetaka Murakami, the GOAT. Over to you, Connor. Just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, if I said you were retarded for wanting Tyson Badgett in earlier, you are retarded, and just remember that. I'm specifically talking to two people in a group chat. Let's see if they listen to this. That's retarded. That's a dumb take, and you're an idiot. Okay, love you guys. This is Hallis Beer Hall. You guys have anything else to say?
Yeah, I got something. Fuck the Packers. Bear the fuck down.
Hell yeah.
Well, a lot of things happen today.
Sometimes life deals you bananas and you gotta just say, fuck it, I'm gonna eat that shit.
I'm not touching it. Cut it. Cut it.
We're cutting it. We're done.
I had to tie that in.
We're out.
And they were all great. And they were all thrilling. And they were all dramatic.
But you know what? Get big, get tough, and get fucked.
Too bad we couldn't have had
Hot, juicy cake takes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Some
that's
hot cakes on the griddle. You know what I'm saying?